Good morning, good people. This is your PooleProof wisdom moment. Now, if we are fortunate, we are born into the world as very good people. But let's face it, not all of us are so lucky. In fact, it takes years of personal insight and personal development for us to become the kind of people who are worthy of the moniker good person. That means that we have to constantly reevaluate and adapt what we think, who we are, what we believe, how we treat ourselves, and how we treat other people. And that means that we constantly have to look deep within and find out what's at our very core. Now, if we harbor any kind of insecurities or doubts or fears or hatreds or bigotries toward other people, and we look at ourselves as if we are somehow a foreign body that we constantly have to be wary of, that's a pretty good sign that we aren't on the right path. The right path is one in which we are clear that we are making progress, that we are moving forward, that change and adaptability become the things that define the nature of our character. It's not something that happens easily. It's a lot of work. It means you have to confront the ugly. You have to look at the truth. You have to accept it, and you have to make a decision to do something about it. Now, I have gotten the opportunity over the years to see so many people in so many unusual circumstances find their way again until they could become the type of person that they aspire to be. And once they get to a certain level of that behavior and activity, that's no sign that you get to stop. I'm here to tell you what I'm doing and what I will continue to do is to wake up every day and to realize that there is another opportunity to be just a bit better than perhaps I was the day before, to learn something new about myself and others that I didn't know, to expand my horizons so that where I am lacking, I can grow. Growth is the thing, good people. And without it, we are all standing in a space where we are never going anywhere, never understanding anything anew, never being in the full process of embracing and appreciating the human experience. Now, I say all of that because one area in which we all need a lot of developmental work is in the area of knowing what we should be focused on versus what we need to leave to others to focus on. The world is populated now by so many people who, while their own lives are falling apart, while their own lives are in a position where no one would look at them and necessarily think, oh yeah, that's how I want to live, they are instead focusing their attention on what everybody else is doing. Nowhere is this even more prominent than when it comes to celebrities. You would think that the sun rises and the moon sets in the ass of every celebrity who walks the planet, because everybody is interested in everything they're doing. Secondarily, there are just average people who, for whatever reason, have something interesting or controversial about their existence that everybody has an opinion on. It's exhausting how many times you look at people and you wonder why there is so much interest in decisions that those people make when the individuals who are forming those opinions aren't making good decisions themselves. At least I do. What I personally subscribe to is that what other people think of me, for instance, is none of my business. And as a result, what I try to do is to focus in on the opinions and decisions that are relevant to how I live my life and how the others who are in my life live theirs when they ask me my opinion. Because beyond that, the biggest level of self-development, personal training that I can offer myself is to learn how to apply the rule of it's none of my business. It's none of my business unless someone specifically asks me for an opinion, unless someone has reason to do something or say something that directly impacts me, which requires my involvement. But beyond that, it's none of my business. And the thing is, the less that you become involved in the business of others that isn't yours to weigh in on, the happier you become, the less stressed you become, certainly the less frustrated and angry. If you can get angry about what someone else is doing, but can't even find the energy to get up off your ass in the morning to do something that's going to help yourself progress, achieve, and succeed, you've really got your priorities wrong. So that's the reason in your own level of personal development, becoming a better person than you began as, you really have to let go of the notion that you need to weigh in on everybody else's stuff. Let them take care of it. And if you're going to be one of those people who wants to introduce faith and religion into it, let me give you one bit of advice. God's got it, okay? Without any distinction, God's got it. Doesn't need you to make the determining factor what you think it should be. Leave it to that person, those people, and whatever God that they trust and believe in to figure it out. They don't need you in the middle, because you know what? You are not the answer to their prayer. That I can guarantee you. And what you can do instead is to turn all that energy that you're wasting on having an opinion about someone's choice, someone's lifestyle, someone's relationship, someone's job, someone's performance in any capacity, all that energy, if you took it and balled it up and reinfused it into your own spirit and started addressing your issues, your challenges, and also looking at what your opportunities are, imagine the possibilities of what you could do with your life with the energy applied in a way that's going to have a potentially positive outcome versus the negative outcome that always occurs when other grown folks are determining what other grown folks should or should not be doing. Learn to mind your business, people. Learn to appreciate that it's a right of every person not to have everyone else weigh in on what they do and what they think. This groupthink mentality that we are moving so quickly toward and into, hurtling into for that matter, these days is quite worrisome for me, because we're getting to the point where no one is going to have a right for individual determination anymore to do what makes them happy. And that ultimately, I think should be the goal. If we let people do what makes them happy, sans doing things that are outright illegal, of course, then we could all be happier. But we needn't hold on to this idea that the only way that we can be happy is if we're telling everyone else why they can't be. That's a problem. And if you can remember that, and you can adapt and adjust to all the things you've already adapted and adjusted to, well, surely you can adapt and adjust to this idea as well. It is not your business. Period. And that is your PooleProof Wisdom Moment for today. Find my books online with online booksellers everywhere. There are 3 of them. The third one in the series is now available in audio form on Audible. You can also find it on PooleProofBooks.com. You can find my podcast on podcast platforms everywhere. PooleProof Wisdom is the little engine that could. One person, one issue, one opportunity at a time. There is this connection that's being made where lives are being changed and hope is being renewed. And obviously, you can find PooleProof Wisdom Moments, this little ditty I'm doing right here, available on my YouTube channel under Charles K. Poole. Have a great day, everybody. And remember, it ain't your business. Don't mind it. Don't act like it is. All right? Take care.